Welcome to the Still Slippin podcast. It's me, the one and only OYGlaylo, man. I'm here. My co-host, man, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, it's Balla Jones here from the Ballers. So you got Ballers and families in the same room. First time.
I know, right? That's crazy, right? For sure. And I know some of y'all wondering, like, man, what they doing in the same room together, man? First time me and Jones been together, not shooting at each other. We coming together for this little project, right? We doing this podcast. It's our first episode, man, and today we're gonna be going over my top 5 ballers of all time. Crews. This is online, PS5, PS4, PS3. Sorry, Xbox, but this is only PlayStation. And Jones will be giving his top 5 families.
Not on PS3 though. That was, what would that have been, Grand Theft Auto 4 or something? No?
No. PS3, GTA 5 was on there.
Oh shit, how was it? You sure? Oh shit. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
3, 4, PS3, 4 and 5.
Yes, some people have been around for a minute, but so if your name is not on this list, man, so I'm gonna just put a little pin in this right here. A little situation outside the studio. Somebody came through shooting in a little dark green SUV, man. We need to cut that out though. But look, we're gonna get back to the topic, man. Like I said, this is Laylo, Davis family, original family, since 2013, PS3, man. I've been around for a minute. Some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't. Some of y'all just heard of me, man. Fuck what you heard, man. Tap in, you'll find out the real. But look here, man, I'm about to give you all my top 5, actually 6. I'm gonna throw in a special honorable mention, man. Balla, Crews, and PlayStation. Like I said, this is from 2013, 2018. So if you showed up after 2018, obviously you're not on this list. So my honorable mention, I'm gonna go to Kilo Trade Ballers, right? Kilo Trade Ballers. And that's led by ATAC, right? What you laughing for? Kilo Trade Ballers, man.
They was on my list, but I couldn't do it.
The reason they're honorable mention, right? Because on one hand, Kilo Trade Ballers basically kept the family and baller war alive, in my opinion, in 2017, 2018-ish, right? They was all over the place. They was deep. There's a lot of them. It doesn't matter whether they were good or not. The reason they're honorable mention, man, is because of the cheating, bro. If they weren't cheating, if they were not cheating, bro, they would have been up on the list. But I cannot snub them and take away the fact that they kept the fam and baller beef alive. Do you agree, Jones?
Yeah, that's why I was gonna put them on there, and I didn't in the end. I don't know why, but you say the cheating, yeah, that was definitely one of the reasons. But then I've got someone on my list who was maybe not as bad, but pretty bad. So they're quite high up on my list. So yeah.
Hey, but this is your my perspective and your perspective. So just because you have somebody on your list, it is what it is. Now I think I got an idea of who it is, but we're gonna continue, man. The Kilo Trade's on there. Like I said, you can't whether they did it or not, bro. You can't get from the fact that they made the war active.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned.
You know what I'm saying? You came in.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned. I'm glad you mentioned them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So then I'm gonna go into 5, right? And number 5. Don't get me wrong. Number 5 might surprise some of y'all. Number 5, Brogue Ave Ballers. Wait. No, I'm not talking about BBL Loki.
Oh
I'm not
shit.
talking about Balla Drake, Balla Drizzy, Loki non-fatal. I'm talking about the original Pro Ave. The crew tag was BALA, and they were on PS3. Rogue Ave Ballers. I forget the leader name, but yeah. I'm not talking about Babsy. I'm talking about BALA. Now it's sad when you copy an off-brand. You a copy of an off-brand crew. You're not even original, Loki. But look, Rogue Ave Ballers from PS3. Them dudes was putting it down back in the day.
Who was the leader?
And then any fam that was on there, I'm gonna link the crews in the video too. Any fam that was on PS3 back then, you know what I'm talking about. Them dudes showed up, they could shoot. They was like Freeaim. They was back when Freeaim and auto aim was separate. There was no FAA yet.
I do remember BALA, but I don't think vaguely remember them. Yeah.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, Rogue Ave. They was about that shit, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a couple of run-ins with some of their members, but for the most part, I knew they had a reputation, bro. They was like up there with another crew that's on my list. I'm not gonna say, but they held it down, did their TDMs and crew battles and stuff. So shout out to them. So number 4, coming in at the number 4 spot. Y'all know, man. Y'all know this. Y'all would probably assume that this crew would be my number 1 choice, but no. Number 4 is gonna be the infamous Covenant Ave Ballers, Cabs, CABS. This crew, man, I've been beefing with this crew since 2013, right? It was one of my main enemies, main rivals, and they also, the same way Kilo Trey played a part in keeping the baller beef and fan beef going, they had a big hand in it. They started off on the losing side in the early days, PS3, with the original leader, and then at some point, I think 2015, Trap Money took over, and then Ian and Jones. But the whole time, man, these guys been putting it down, trying to keep the baller image alive, coming up with all these crazy codes, and you know that's where Jones is from, and he's not on the list just because that's the crew he with, but yeah, they was out there being active, man, keeping the war alive, and that's what I'm basing this list off, man. Who was out there wearing their colors, who was playing legit for the most part. So yeah, Jones, you guys, man, y'all was doing it up, repping that purple. They always had purple on. Kept the war interesting, you know, over the years. All right, my number 3 choice is going to be Rolling Heights Ballers, or crew tag RHBL, because I know there's plenty of Rolling Heights out there. All right, so we got at the number 3 spot, we have Rolling Heights Ballers, crew tag RHBL. These guys was also PS3 crew. It was pretty deep, man. It was, like I said, it was a bunch of them. And for this list, for me, man, it's the crews that made it feel like it was actually families versus Baller Wolf. That's why I'm putting them on here at number 3. It was kind of a toss-up between them, but I will say they pretty much were one of the deepest crews on the PS3 side back when, you know, it was low. For the people that was around back then, low, but they were still filling up lobbies, man. You know, the lobbies used to only be 15 players. You could join in a lobby and it'd be 14 of them and you by yourself. So shout out to Rolling Heights Ballers, man. The number 2 spot, another old school OG set, official set from the San Andreas side. Number 2 ballers of all time from me, my perspective, Temple Drive Ballers. These guys are probably the OG of all the baller crews. They've been around since GTA 4, right? And I don't think nobody can top that as far as baller crews. You know, people can say they're active, but these dudes was on GTA 4 and Liberty City putting it down for the ballers. So
They were from the UK as well, weren't they? They was from the UK, weren't they?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so. Shout out to the homie Cash TDB, man. That's my dude, bro. But yeah, they've been down, for a long time. TDB been putting it on. Everybody know that, the well respected in the gang community, TDM community. They've been holding it down. So I know you probably like, damn, if TDB number two, who's the number one ballers crew of all time for me.
Drum roll.
And I have to say, these dudes, yeah, drum roll, right? These dudes right here been legit. Never had no smut on their name, no crew, no accusations or nothing crazy or goofy. And I'm gonna have to say it goes to the Perro Ballers, Del Perro Ballers, man. The leader was Team Almighty. And I put them at number one because I came across these dudes right here. These dudes, when I came across them, I was playing real goofy, man, back then in the early days, because I wasn't prone to the, hey, I'm a use an AR only, right? Because people, the gang community, like, you got to use ARs only. I had that mindset, like, hey, you're not going to tell me what to use. I was just trolling, being goofy, using RPGs and all that shit. And then once I started coming across these dudes, I was like, all right, these boys playing legit. They hit me with ARs only. I was like, I can't just keep playing like this. So then they forced me to pick up an AR and get to shooting, man. So shout out to them, man. And that concludes my baller list.
Man, you put me on the spot there because I can't remember Team Almighty, the other guy that was with Team Almighty, who started the crew. I think they ended up beefing together. And Team Almighty went to families in the end, or he used to wear green in the end. But there was his buddy who he was in the crew with. I can't remember his name, man. But
Who was that?
RB Yella. You remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. And the name sound familiar.
So, this is Baller Jones. This is a baller perspective, my personal opinion on top 5. Who top 5 crews in my time. My honourable mentions I'm gonna do at the end. So I'm gonna start with number 5, which is Crystal Heights Gangster Families, who go by the name of OGF. GTAO, can you explain that, OGF? What were they, OGF or Crystal Heights? They were Crystal Heights, weren't they?
Yes, in the role, I believe. So I assume, not 100% sure. So I really didn't, I really didn't hang with them like that. But I believe
OGF was the whole. OGF was the whole.
Crystal Heights was first, and
Yeah.
then OGF is all of them that came together under original Gangster Families.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. If I'm wrong, man, y'all let me know in the comments. But I believe that's what it is.
Yeah. So I never came across any of their members apart from Krilly, and Krilly, he only shot it out a couple of times. He didn't really, I don't know, man. Maybe it was just a time zone thing, but I didn't see him in the lobby much. But he was active, man, on YouTube. He did a lot of videos, good videos, man, like well edited and stuff. So I'm just gonna give them number 5 spot for the content they did for the SGC. Number 4 is gonna be a new families crew. Well, fairly new, 98th Street, who from 2000.
98th is
yeah.
NHF, right?
I don't know, man. They just went. I think they changed their name to 26, or I don't know what they changed their name to in the end. 98th Street. We had a lot of lobby wars with them, man. They were pretty active, and the leader was UK based. So, and again, that was good for the time zone. So basically, when I was on, he was always on. So yeah. Number 4. Number 3. I'm going to give to the man right here, West Davis Gangster Families, which is probably the first crew I ran into on the PS4 in 2014, 2015. 2014, something.
DFG.
So yeah, I mean, that was my first taste. Yeah, that was my first taste
we
of
had some good wars, man. Some good battles, man.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I'm just trying to think of some of your members, man. That was like Widley Scuds and all them, yeah?
Maze, Whitley, Beats.
Yeah, Widley Scuds. He was
everybody thought I was a loser.
Maze Mitts, did you say him, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he contacted me about a year ago, man. Wanted to know if we were still active. We weren't really, but
boy, Infinity, man. Shout out to Infinity too. My boy Retro, man. I got a bunch of DFG, man. Loyal members I had, man. I appreciate them though.
But I'll put you down on the list at 3 because, you know, we weren't that scared of you because I thought we could handle you. I mean, so yeah, it's mainly the scary ones, not scary ones, but the good shooters that I've got to have to put up at the top. And in second place, I'm putting CGF, Chamberlain families, who were around about the same time as you lot. But they were more of a TDM crew. Yeah, they were pretty much a TDM crew because when they came in the lobbies doing the free mode wars, they used to bring their TDM rules in with them, like killing themselves, you know, snack glitching, all that shit, man. And they did it in the TDMs, so you guarantee they would be doing that in the lobbies and that. And they just took the whole easy way out to a new level. And yeah, I don't want to get too much into talking about negativity and shit, but yeah, they had a lot of good shooters, man, and they used to dump on us all the time, man. It's pretty bad times sometimes. And number 1, who I think Laylo said he was a member at one point, was DFAM. I don't know if he was in the same crew with Eclipse, were you? Yeah, at one point.
Yeah, I was in all the fams.
Yeah, you were in all the fams. Yeah, I was in all the ballers, and people... People used to say, people used to say to me, shit, go on.
Yeah, I was in Davis Avenue families, right? It's D-Fam and Clips is D-Fam at one point. Not like an active member, but just like a placeholder type thing. I never had the tag active, you know?
So yeah, I'm putting D-Fam above Chamberlain and Davis Family Gangsters because I think DFAM had the numbers, a few more members than the other 2 gangs, and they had content, man, a lot of YouTube content. I'd like to say that I think Eclipse was an inspiration of mine for the videos he did at the time. Deserved a lot of credit for that, man. They haven't got a lot of views, man. I looked at them. It's a shame, man. It's a damn shame. But no, I think that really brought an element of drama to the community, to the street gang community, and sort of like the cinematics he did, and even they did like documentaries shit, like documenting how Kilo Trey used to cheat and all that shit, and
hey, that video was heat, bro.
all the BST they used to leave.
Yeah, that Denise video heat, man. I ain't gonna lie. You feel?
It was the same as when CGF uploaded a TDM video they did, and they basically self-exposed. They self-exposed themselves, man. I don't know why, CGF did a video where they was snack glitching, you know, like shooting while they're snacking in a TDM. You saw that video, did you?
Nah.
Yeah,
I seen the video. I seen the video. You trying to hide some DST at the bottom of the screen.
Oh shit, me.
I can't remember.
I can't remember that, man. Maybe in a TDM.
I was like, man.
Yeah,
man, Jaws thought he was slick. You see the little green pill at the bottom. You put something over the map. I mean, everybody did a little bit back then. Some people took it to the extreme. And sometimes, like I said, you couldn't help it. Depends on who you was with.
Yeah,
And
you gotta do it back.
Say you was with Kilo Trey when that in that video, so I ain't give you no slack for it. I'm like, he was with A-Tech, so
I remember back in the day, you used to have to have a lot of money to be able to drop that much BST and blow yourself up with rockets, man. And that's one of the main reasons that I didn't like people doing it, because I only had like, 100 grand or whatever, and like you go into a lobby and it costs you a fortune dropping BST and killing yourself. And that's why people changed to blowing themselves up with rockets, I think. Because did it used to cost to kill yourself, like EWO? Did it cost money?
I think it was like $500 each time.
Well, anyway, man, it took too long. It took too long to shoot yourself in the head, so people started blowing themselves up instead, and it cost like $1,000 to blow yourself up. I never did all that shit, but yeah, that's why CGF wasn't up the top, because they used to do a lot of that. I know DFAM, they used to kill themselves, but they only used to do it. I don't know, man. It's difficult. It's y'all created your own separate rules to play by, and y'all playing by the rules everybody playing by. Yeah, everyone plays by their own rules, and I think that's what the point of the SGC is about, is to create a unified rule base where there's no excuses to be made.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it, man. That's my 5.
Oh, man, yeah, that's a good list. I only went out thought that you put your number 5 choice, but
with that, I want to.
You got some honorable mentions.
Yeah, my honorable mentions. The 2 honorable mentions is going to be. The first honorable mention is going to be LSVG, which are 2018 crew, something like that. They were pretty deep, man. Snags was the leader, Vagos, Los Santos Vagos. They was probably the deepest Vagos I ever came across, about 5 or 6 at a time in a lobby. And they were legit, man. They didn't used to kill themselves. They used to use ARs, pistols and shit. They like to RP a lot, man. And then another honorable mention, second place, is Trickster's Gang, who Westside Vagos, I think they're called, WSVG, about the same time. Trickster tried to help create the gang community codes and try to build a bit of infrastructure behind it, trying to, I don't know, get rid of the off-brands. He tried to make the Vagos. I don't know who the official Vagos gangs are. As far as I know, there's only one.
Official, right?
As far as I know, there's only one, which is LSVG. There's only one Vago gang.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think.
So he was. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, since you brought him up, I'm gonna just throw out my Vagos honorable mention. The only Vago I ever really interacted with. Trickster is actually the leader of that crew now, but the original crew that he had from like 2012, those members, man, they was back during the same time. Forget the dude's name. I think it was Mims Digital. It's the 2012 crew that he has.
LSVG.
Yeah, those they were deep, man, and they put on for the Vagos. Like I said, I only did a Balla list. All right, man, that wraps up our first ever GTA podcast, man. Yeah, for the street gang community. If you want to be a part, we're going to open it up to having guests, interviews. If you're trying to be a guest on the podcast, tap in with myself or Balla Jones. Let us know. We'll set up something, man. We'll bring you in. We'll go over everything, do the recording or whatever, and upload, man. You can shout out all your YouTube and Instagram, all your social media handles. And yeah, that's it, man. Let us know. If you got any comments, leave them down below. Subscribe. And y'all, get at us, man. We're trying to do something for the community, bring some light to the community, man. Y'all can come over here and do, talk about your crews or whatever. But yeah, hopefully this goes in a positive direction, man, and we get it going.
Never slip your bitch.